Afternoon, welcome to Scorched Earth Tarot. This is going to be a reading for Sun, Moon and Ascendant Virgos. If you don't know what your Moon or Ascendant sign is, have a look in the description box. I've included a link to Astrolabe. If you put in the time, date and location of your birth, it'll give you a full natal chart for free. And you'll be able to see what your moon and rising signs are, and then you'll be able to come back and have a look at those. And it should give you a more complete picture as to what's going on with you in the month of September. Happy birthday if you've had your birthday yet already. Happy belated birthday. If not, happy birthday for soon. It was my sister's birthday on Friday. She is Virgo. So yeah, thank you for all your messages and comments. I really enjoy reading them, so keep them coming. I really love to hear about how the readings have resonated with you, and like just know that they've made an impact, you know, helped with people somewhere. Hear banging. Yeah, it gives me a tremendous sense of the warm and fuzzies when you do that, so please feel free to do so. That said, YouTube is actually removing the chat functionality, like the messaging functionality, from the site this month. So if you'd like to get in touch with me, the best way to do it is on social media, either Facebook or Instagram. I have accounts on both of those as Scorched Earth Tarot. I believe the links are in the description box actually, so feel free to go and have a look. Just trying to get your first three cards out here, and they're being extremely uncooperative. Virgo, September, where are you? There's the first one. There's the second one. Virgo, September. Right. First. Second. Third. Huh. Okay, Virgo. Oof. So we just get some clarifiers for this. It looks like September's going to be a bit of a heavy month though, not going to lie. I'm not going to take those because that was like 40,000 cards and I cannot be expected to read those. Let's flip it around. Okay. There we go. September. Forgot to add all of these readings are now time stamped, so if watching me shuffle cards bores the shit out of you, please feel free to go down to the comment box, and the first comment on there should be the timestamp of when the reading actually begins. Skip ahead, I shan't be offended, I promised. I promised. There we go. Oh good lord. Virgo. Put those in there. Right. We need a chat, Virgo. What is going on? The number of repeating cards here is not even funny. I've used 2 decks and like, what the fuck? So, the shadow card at the bottom of the main deck is the 9 of Swords. Ouch. Shadow card on the clarifying deck is the 9 of Cups. And the 3 main cards that we have for you for September are the 9 of Wands, the 9 of Cups, again, and the 8 of Cups. I'm going to go through the clarifiers as we go along and you'll see why I've pulled a bit of a face, I think. But don't despair. So, I feel really quite sad. I feel really sad. There's a very sad energy coming off this reading. So, the 9 of Wands isn't a fun card. I'll show you a bit closer. It's from the Wands suit, so it's fire element. And generally that's about passion and creativity and all those wonderful things that get fire into your belly. But like when that goes too far, it's also the card of strife and conflict, fighting and, you know, burden and things like that. And the 9 of Wands, to make this quick, my battery's really low. The 9 of Wands is it's a card of having fought and having still to continue to fight. It's not the 10, and if it was the 10, then he'd be able to put the ones down. You know, the burden would be too much. He'd put them down. He'd just move on. But in this card, he's still there. He's bandaged up. His head's bandaged. His arms bandaged. He's literally just hanging on, you know, for dear life off this wand. And he's got his others up behind him. You know, it's almost a defensive feeling that you get off this card, but it's weary as well. It's being sick of fighting and knowing that you're going to have to continue to fight because it's not over yet. And it's clarified by these 2 cards, and they're not nice cards. That's not nice cards. It's the Fool reversed and the 7 of Swords. Now there are a couple of different ways of reading the Fool in its reversed state. It could be that you have somehow blocked a new start for yourself. You know, you haven't adequately cleared enough of the old to let in the new. But I don't get that feeling so much from this. This feels a bit more like an abortive kind of fresh start. It's almost like you've tried a fresh start and it hasn't really worked the way you thought it would, the way you wanted it to work. And the card immediately following it is the 7 of Swords, and this is a card of deceit and treachery and betrayal. It can also be a card of taking a risk. So the 2 ways that you could read this were either that, and there's probably more than 2 ways actually, but you could see it as a new start that you've attempted to make has been sabotaged by the poor behaviour of someone else, and that's left you feeling pretty weary, pretty battle worn. Or it's that you took a risk and you tried a new start, but for whatever reason it's not working out. Or it could be that you're sabotaging your own fresh start, you know. Your inability to know when to stop fighting is causing you to sabotage your own fresh start. Take it as it resonates. I'm not sure which one it is. Trying to decide whether to pull another card for it or whether to let it lie as it is. I might just pull one because I'm super nosy. Could not make this up. It's the Ten of Swords, right? So there's an element of betrayal here. You know, like, you don't stab yourself in the back. This is behaviour from somebody else, right? And it's either blocked your fresh start, stopped your new start from happening, or you've undertaken your new start and it's not turning out the way that you want it to because of this character here. And this is where you're feeling. I mean, the Nine of Swords is your shadow card. That's the theme for the entire reading at the bottom of the deck. And here you are, and here they are, bringing that in you. Virgo, I'm sorry, that's horrible. The next card that you have is the Nine of Cups, and I feel like this is a continuation of these cards here, because I feel like your fresh start, whatever it was, here, it was undertaken with this in mind. Or the new start that is currently being blocked is with this in mind. Like, this is the underlying motivator for the fresh start, whether it's happened or whether it's not, you know, whether it's been blocked or whether it's not turned out to be the way that you want it to be. This was the reason why you undertook it in the first place, you know. There's peace and stillness in this card, and I think that's what you've been looking for, and for some reason you haven't found it. This behaviour from other people is what's upsetting you, and you came at it with really good intention. You know, the Queen of Cups is, she's settled, she's calm, she's balanced, she's emotionally mature, and she's a great card to see with the Nine of Cups, because, like, that's a wish, you know. So in some ways it could be a little bit flighty, but the Queen of Cups has got an element of control over the cup suit, you know. It's emotion, it's feelings, it's all of those things. And even though there are a ton of Cups cards on the table here, I'm not sure whether this is a relationship reading or a life reading or what. Like, you fill in the blanks, you let me know how it resonates with you, if at all. The second card that you've got to clarify is the Nine of Wands. And so already we're in a circle, you know. Your first card is the Nine of Wands, and the card we're at now is the Nine of Wands, and I feel like all of these things have been encompassed in this circle. So you wanted to make a fresh start because you were in this Nine of Wands energy. This was how it was making you feel, and whether the new start's happened or whether it's not, you try to go at it. You try to follow your heart with emotional maturity and whatnot, but you're back in this fucking energy again. You're here, and maybe this is why you're feeling so fucking weary, actually, because it seems like no matter what you try, you're ending up in the same place. Even if geographically you're different, or even if you're not with the same person, you're ending up in the same fucking place. And the final card that you've got is the Eight of Cups, right? And it's really sad to see this one following the Nine of Cups, right? Because that's not the order that they should go in, right? Obviously, 8, 9, right? Because the Eight of Cups is about leaving things behind, things that don't serve you, things that are not best suited to your emotional well-being. And the Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. So you've gone from wish to, this isn't what I thought it was, and moving away. And that's absolutely devastating energy. Like I'm so sad right now, I can't even tell you. I'm feeling really awful. But all of these cups here, they took a long time to amass. You know, they signify a lot of effort. A lot of yourself has gone into creating these cups, and what it takes for someone to turn around and walk away from these cups, someone to turn around and walk away from what it was that they wished for. You know, I'm drawn to the moon here in this card. I feel like it's secrets. It's secrets that have come out, that have put you back in this energy and left you feeling like you need to walk away from what it was that you thought you wanted. The two cards that you've got to clarify those are the Three of Swords and the Eight of Cups, right? So we've got another repeating card, walking away from, you know, at the top here, you're walking away from your wish fulfillment, what you thought you wanted. In this one, the character's literally walking away from the broken heart. There's a secret come out, or information has come to light about what it was that you thought was your wish fulfillment. And it's broken your heart. And you're walking away from both of those things. You're walking away from what you thought your wish was, and you're walking away from whatever it was, the person, the situation, apply it so it resonates to you, whatever that is to you, and that is painful. You're turning around and you're walking away from it. And this explains why the underlying card, the theme for the reading, is the Nine of Swords, which is mental anguish. You know, it's a card of incredible mental pain. And when you combine it with the Three of Swords, like this is a really, Three of Swords, the Ten of Swords, I mean, you can't get any more hurt than that, than these signify. I'm really sorry, Virgo, this is really painful reading for you. I'm going to try and get some advice for you for the month of September, because I hate to just leave it there on that note. Yeah, I almost would have put money on that being the card that came out now. Okay, all is not lost, my loves. So, two cards there, the Hermit and the Two of Wands. The Hermit is the card of Virgo, right? That is your power, that is your energy. The ability to look within and find the answers is an inherently Virgoan trait. And the advice that the tarot is giving you is to vibrate at that frequency. Look within you and start. Don't relive it, but start putting it in the right place in your head. And start looking forward. Start really looking forward. I mean, the Shadow card, as after I've shuffled and pulled out the other cards, the Shadow card is now the Chariot. It's time to move forward in that direction that you are already going. Like, you're off, you're leaving, you're gone. The Tarot says, keep going. Don't look back. You know, look within, but don't look back. And look forwards. Don't look back. You know, the Two of Wands is about contemplation of new plans. You know, it could be traveling or something like that. You know, it could be anything, but it's wands, so it's something it's something active, right? And it's a passive and an active card. There's an element of balance implied here, and in fact balance is implied also by the Chariot, because to go in a straight line when you've got two beasts that want to go off sideways, you need to control, you need to move forwards in balance. You know, do the same here. And what you're moving towards is Ace of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles is earth energy, so that's your energy in the air. It's about working hard, but it's also about mastery. And combined with the Ace of Cups there, it's about finding a new passion, it's about finding a new love, it's finding about something that you can get your teeth into, that you're going to really, really enjoy, that isn't this, that isn't going to hurt you the way that this has, you know. There's so much pain here, and there's actually an incredible amount of positivity here. You know, this is balanced. It's not overly, you know, rainbows and unicorns, but it's a lesson. And fundamentally, it's asking you to stick in your Virgo power, in what it is that you know of yourself. Trust that you're making the right decisions and walking away from whatever this represents to you here. And start planning for the future. Get ready to move forwards, because what's coming in is something that you're going to really love, something that you're going to really enjoy, something better is coming along. And I'm so sorry that there's been so much pain associated with what has come before, but September's going to be a bit of a tricky month, but you're going to negotiate your way through it. And when you get to the end, hopefully you might start getting an idea of what this is going to be for you. Okay, Virgo, I'm going to leave it there. Like I said, if you want to get in touch, I always love to hear from people, so, you know, go for it. And otherwise, I'll see you in October.